Hi, thank you so much for reaching out. Ashley here with Rent.wa Property Management. We're really excited to meet you, learn more about your property, and see what we can do to help. Whether you have one rental or 100, our philosophy remains the same. Exceptional service always, regardless of size. So, I want to talk about what the next week or so is going to look like. So, what we do is we begin with an initial consultation. During this consultation, we'll talk about your property, your needs, and kind of your short and your long-term goals for your rental property. After we discuss our pricing and kind of just go over the services in general, if everything looks good and you want to move forward, then we'll send you over a copy of our property management agreement. So you have the opportunity to look through, read all the fine print, ask questions, and before you make a decision. If you like what you see in the property manager agreement, then awesome. Sign it, send it back to us, and we'll get started. So after we get that initial property management agreement back, we're going to send you over a packet of some paperwork to fill out. It's just going to be basic information like whether or not there's somebody already in the home, utilities, keys, things like that. We're going to go and do a property inspection, and we're kind of going to get together and look around and see if the property needs anything, if it needs to be brought up to code, right? We're going to check the fire alarms, CO2 detectors, everything like that. Make sure that we get a nice comprehensive rent ready list to see what needs to happen before we get it ready for market. While we're doing that, you are going to have access to your owner portal. So this is an online portal where you can log in. You have access to all of the forms that you filled out and signed. You can view reports on your property. And this is where you're going to get your year-end tax document that we prepare for you. So now that we have our list, everything's good. We've checked out the property. We'll coordinate any repairs that are needed. If there's a few things that need to be done in terms of repairs, we'll use one of our vendors to get those scheduled and get that done. Your property's clean, it's ready, time to go for the market. So what we'll do next is we'll take high quality professional photos as well as a video walkthrough of the entire rental property. We'll kind of put together a bit of an advertising plan, and we'll get it listed on all the major rental markets. So Zillow, Trulia.com, apartments.com, Rent, all those major websites. You'll be on Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace as well. You'll also be available for people to look at your property on our website, as well as have access to our network of real estate agents in our area that we know who may have tenants looking around. Next step, tenant selection, big one. So we have a pretty rigorous tenant selection criteria, right? We like to pre-screen our tenants by making sure that our listings are really, really thorough before people actually take the time to apply and fill out the background checks and everything like that. But once we've gotten that point, we have a very extensive tenant screening process. We're going to do background checks, credit checks where applicable. There's some cities where there's different rules on things like that. We'll do income and employment verification, and we'll even do a pet verification. There's a few other things too. We'll look into a public service request to make sure that there's no records that we should be aware of, no collection history, things like that. But once we feel like we've found you a really great tenant, we'll execute the lease, we'll get everything ready, and we'll help that tenant get moved in and streamline that process. That tenant will also have access to an online tenant portal where they will be able to go in and look at their rent reports. They'll have access to their lease. They'll get monthly newsletters from us, things like that. We make it really, really easy for both the owners and the tenants to have access to everything they need. They can also fill out service requests too, because now that that tenant is in the home, typical things that come up, maintenance, all that jazz, we handle it all. We've got a 24/7 phone line for your tenants to be able to contact us if there's any emergency needs, right? We've got someone who's always available to answer the phone. We try to get to all of our maintenance requests within 1 day, if we can, where applicable. We do all of the monthly rent collection. We do the accounting. We send out statements to everybody. If needed, right, we'll go help and walk through the eviction process, which hopefully we won't need that, but sometimes it's inevitable. We'll do property inspections. We do those on an annual basis, as well as you, the property owner, is allowed to request more whenever you want. And we'll just kind of handle all of those things for you. If you want to be a hands-off owner, wipe your hands of it and say, hey, you handle it, we can do that. If you want to have involvement, we can handle that as well. We take care of everything. There's one thing I want to bring up that's really unique to our company. Our property management agreement is a month-to-month agreement. What that means is we do not handcuff you into working with us. There is no long-term contract. We feel like we should earn your business. So if after a couple months of working with us, you're not happy with our services, you are allowed to walk away and find a new company, and there are no penalties, termination fees, nothing like that, because we are so committed to excellence that we want to make sure that we're doing everything possible to earn your business month in and month out. So in the meantime, we implore you, take a look at our website. We've got videos, we've got resources, you have access to some of our documents on there. Explore our website a little bit. That's going to be www.rentwa.com. All right? If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to reach out. 253-256-3309. That's our number. We'll answer it all business hours. We look forward to hearing from you, and I can't wait to work together. Have a great day.